Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to another video of Myron Meets World. It's your boy Myron, and yeah, I'm here to tell you guys about a story time of me being on a reality show and my experience being on it. Now, the reason why I decided to make this a story time is because I wanted to answer some of the questions that people were asking me over the past couple of years. Honestly, it's just like people to this day still ask me about the VJ search, and I'm just like, so I want to make a video where y'all can just watch it here and I don't gotta talk about it no more. Just one little video and get it out of the way. So, yeah, let's jump right into it. So the VJ search, it started in 2013. Basically, Canada was looking for, well, Much Music was looking for a VJ, and they were basically going to be doing a reality show out of this. So my homeboy hit me up and told me, hey Myron, let's go and do this. And I was like, bruh, really? And basically he talked me into it, and once he explained to me what exactly it was, I was like, oh, actually, you know what, let's try this out. He was explaining that it's kind of like BET 106 in Park. You could be like AJ and Free, Terrence J and Roxy. And I was like, oh shoot, this is actually pretty dope. Prior to that, I never really watched Much Music. Like, my house it's usually just BET. So I grew up on that and like 106 in Park and all this stuff. So I didn't really, I never went to the Much Music building prior to the VJ search. I never did, I never went out there to go and see, music artists and stuff like that. I never did that. So it was all kind of sort of new to me when I was doing all this, when my boy asked me to do this with him. When he'd asked me, I was a bit nervous. I said, fine, well, let's do this. I put a status up asking people, what do y'all think about me doing the VJ search? The responses that I got back from it, from just my Facebook and my Instagram alone at the time, it was like, do it, do it, do it, do it. And I was like, oh shoot, these people actually want to see me on TV. And I was like, this is pretty dope. So I was like, okay, since the feedback is very strong, I have to come up with a strong video. It only makes sense, right? I gathered a team of I created my little X-Men of people who are the most blunt people in my life and the most creative people in my life, and people that are just going to be like, that ain't hot, let's try it again. Once I got that team set up, we decided to shoot a video. Basically, Much was basically saying they wanted, I think it was 3 to 5 minutes of a video for us to shoot and put on our YouTube page and have that as our audition video. This type of stuff was kind of sort of new to me. I just did not know anything. I had no clue what I was getting myself into. I knew nothing about TV other than just watching TV. I had no background, no nothing. And I was doing this as if I was qualified for the job. So basically we went downtown to go and shoot the video in the cold. This video, I made it in February, and it was just it was freezing. And I had to I didn't want to wear my winter jacket in all of my shots, so I had to take off my jacket, but I was also still in the cold, and I had to act like I wanted to do this, and it was just whatever. I wanted to get it out of the way, and I wanted to get it done and be back in the warmth. Hence, in the video, I have enough body warmth for this. We were shooting, and my friends were just like, get back there and do that again. Try it again. That ain't hot. Ugh. And I was like, ugh. I was getting mad. I was getting livid. You know what? They all had good intentions, and that's the reason why I brought them out there. Once the video and we finished shooting all the shots that we needed, my friend Cree went to the editing board and she basically put the video together. I knew that we had some good shots, but I didn't know how great these shots were. When I saw the final product of the video, I was just like, bruh, we have a winning video right now. We have a winning video. This is the golden ticket, dog. This is giving me the ticket, dog. Once we went to go and launch the video, man, the feedback and the love that I got back from that thing was outrageous. I was overwhelmed with joy. People were just sharing it on Facebook. It was just so-and-so shared Myron Main's post. So-and-so shared Myron Main's post. And then, you know how they had, little tabs that will let you know, 7 people shared it. It was, 23 people shared it. It was, honestly, you would have thought that I was like a missing child up in Scarborough because my face was just plastered all over everybody's timeline on Facebook. And my audition video just received so much love, and my Twitter and my Facebook and my Instagram at the time, it was just like I was gaining followers, and it was just getting crazy. I just couldn't believe at where this was going and how fast this was moving. And I started watching some of the other people's audition videos, and I was just like, this is kind of like work. Like, we got this. So I was like super confident that I was gonna go super far. So when they were basically narrowing it down, I was like, I know I'm gonna make it, but a part of me was just like, what if they actually don't pick me? But I was like, why wouldn't they pick me? So I was just kind of like battling with myself the whole time. And they ended up narrowing it down to 40, and they picked me. And I was just like, holy. Like, I couldn't believe it. And in the time, I wasn't actually living in Toronto at the time. I was living in Peterborough at the time because I was actually studying university. So I was traveling between Toronto and Peterborough to kind of get these videos and all this stuff done. And the video was the video, which you can see on my page now. Beginning, I was like loving all the attention. I was loving it. Like, honestly, it was such a self-esteem booster, like that. The fact that everyone was just believing in me and that everyone was pushing my content and people just wanted to see me be great. Like, it was amazing. And then they narrowed it down to top 20. That's when I made top 22. And I was like, jeez, this is like, wow. And then like my face was on TV, like they had a commercial and people were Snapchatting it to me with my face being in the commercial, and it was like literally just all over every timeline that I had. It's like I saw my face plastered somewhere, and it was just great. When I met up with the producers and stuff like that, they were basically saying that, you know, they really liked my audition video and they're so happy to take me on to be a part of the top 20. And, you know, they're asking me like all these questions, all these little random questions, like, you know, do I get along with people? Do I play fair? And I was kind of figuring out, like, what are they going to do with this? What are we doing with this? And basically, they dropped it and said that we were going to be doing a reality show. And I was like, who? Like, who gonna do this reality show? Who said that? And I was just like, wow, like a reality show, this is gonna be like super, super crazy. Like, oh my goodness, like Canada's about to see like me. And so that put a lot of pressure on me once I realized it was going to be a reality show. I made top 20, and basically they were saying that they're going to be flying us out to Vancouver, and from Vancouver we're going to be touring across Canada once we make our way back to Toronto, and then that's where they have, like, you know, start doing the live stuff and whatnot. So I was like, this sounds like pretty legit. I guess I'm going to see Canada for free. Like, I was so excited because I had all intentions of being on this tour going across Canada, to say that I've been to all of these places and I didn't have to pay for it. I didn't got to get on no via. I didn't have to get on no plane ticket that I had to purchase. Nothing. That all of this was just going to be the fact that they're just going to drive us around. Then I started feeling like a celebrity, like they're going to put us in a tour bus and they're going to be around. It's going to be all nice and fancy. Yeah. They flew me out to Vancouver. When I got to Vancouver, we landed and everything, and I came outside. I met some of the other contestants. It was pretty dope meeting it. It was good vibes meeting some of them, because some of them, like, you know, they were just like, yeah, like, your video was, like, super dope. And I was like, yeah, yours too, and everything. It was cool. We had good conversation, and they took us back to the hotel. These people didn't put us up in no, like, little cheap hotel. They put us up in the Sheraton, homie. Like, they put us up. I was living super nice, and I was like, oh, I can get used to this. I was looking in the fridge that they had. I was like, is there any liquor? Or is there, like, I was looking for all kinds of stuff. I was like, this is just a really good lifestyle to live. And if I win, oh my goodness, like, this is what it would be like. Like, I'd just be in and out of hotels. I'd just be, you know, interviewing people, getting backstage passes, doing all these things. I was just like so far beyond me that I wasn't even with the present me at the time. They end up taking us out to dinner. We go to eat and whatnot, and it was pretty cool, chill dinner. They were telling us, like, you know, the rules and stuff like that they were expecting us to have and whatnot. And I was like, well, man, I'm a dude that follows rules for the most part, so whatever y'all talking about don't really have to, really don't affect me. Like, it ain't a part of my business. And they were basically talking about being, one of the rules were, do not be late. Anybody who knows me knows that I am like 98% of the time I'm late. And that slim 2% of the time, I am literally just on time. Like, there's never a time that I am like 15 minutes before or 10 minutes before. I remember my jobs used to be like, if you can come in 10, 15 minutes before, I'm like, if it ain't with pay, I ain't coming in. Like, no. You want me to start at 10? I'm going to be there for 10. Most likely 10:01. Between 10:01 and 10:05, you'll see me there. I used to kind of just, because I don't like to come and things is still getting ready. I'm not, Black barbecues have killed that for me. When you go early to something, people start asking you to run to the dollar store to pick up this, pick up that. I didn't want to be no parts of that, so I usually just come late where everything's already starting, so they really got to ask me to bring nothing. And if they ask me to bring something on my way, I'm already on my way, so it's too late. But anyway, they wanted us to be on time, and I was like, this is probably the only challenge that I'm actually really going to have this entire time. We went back, some of us stayed up the night and they were talking, whatever. My ass went to bed because I was just so overwhelmed. Like, I had to call my dad and tell my dad, like, honestly, like, I just cannot believe God has brought me this far to experience something like this. Like, it's just like, this is just so overwhelming. And I just felt like I had so much things on my shoulder. Like, I had like Scarborough on my shoulders sitting here like pushing me to go, so I didn't want to disappoint them. I had my family, my nephews were like doing some hardcore promoting too as well, like, and they're like little kids. And I was also thinking that I was gonna be setting up like the rest of my family for a long time, because I was expecting to be like the next male Oprah. So I was like, this is gonna be like, this is just like, this is no longer about me, this is about like so many other things. And I think that's where the weight of everything truly started. And then the next day happened. Next day they were basically saying we're gonna be taking photos and stuff like that, and I said, okay, cool. So I just wore some basic little shirt that I had bought from like Zara just to go and take the photos. I didn't know we was going to take the photos and shoot the episode all in the same day. Like, well, at least in the same time, because I want to wear like separate outfits. I didn't bring no same clothes. I didn't bring clothes for that, whatever. So I was so mad because the shirt that I wore I didn't even like. So all day I was self-conscious about my shirt, my clothing, plus again all the stuff that I was telling you about earlier, all those things. And now it's my appearance. Like, I don't think I was confident at all about anything that was happening on this trip since I landed. They basically were like, okay guys, so what we're going to do, the challenge today is we're going to be doing interviews. And I was like, that's cool. I thought it was just going to pick somebody up off of the street and interview them, because, I mean, that's very easy. Just pick some random person off of the street, make them laugh, move on. No. They were like, we're going to get Luke Billick and Jessica something from Degrassi. I said, like, Drake Degrassi? Oh no, I can't do celebrities right now. Like, I can't do that. I have too much stress and anxiety happening right now that I cannot do. I just cannot do a celebrity, whether it's an A-list, B-list, D-list, whatever list they are. I cannot handle a celebrity. I can handle a stranger, but I definitely cannot handle a anybody who is of substance on television. Like, I can't do that. And I tried to pray, I tried to talk to my dad, I tried to do everything. And once I spoke to my dad kind of made me confident in doing my interview. So, they gave us a time limit and said we had to get it done. We only had this much time, figure out the information, and come back and we're going to shoot the episode and whatnot. I was on Google, typing this man's name, looking at all these things, whatever, and I was writing down my questions in my phone. What I had intended to do was supposed to be just all kind of emoji flames. Like, it was supposed to be lit McLitty. I was like, there's no wrong in this. Like, I mean, from my audition video to this is just gonna be lit. I'm just gonna be starting off super strong, and everybody on this show is gonna hate me because I'm so great. Guys, For those who've seen the episode, you know exactly how that went. For those who didn't see the episode, I didn't know that they were filming me from when I even walked out the door, walking towards the guy. So me now, I'm trying to like fake pump myself up because I'm actually shitting myself when they said, "Myron, it's your turn." And so I'm like walking by and I'm like, yeah, like we're gonna do this, we're gonna rock this out the socks and everything. And literally as I walked towards him, I was just staring at him and I was just like, oh my God, like, what did I wear to do an interview with this guy who has perfect teeth and is just like, looked like a model? I was just like, what, Myron? Why? Much. Why? And so all these things are running through my head and I'm trying to tell the guy hi. So my brain was literally just moving at like, there was so much things my brain was trying to process. And them little niggas in my head was like typing and it was like, the left brain must have picked up stuff that the right brain was trying to do and they intertwined them. And so my words started to jumble, my thoughts started to jumble, and I just started foaming out of the mouth, y'all. Like, I don't even know, to this day, I didn't even know what I was trying to get up out of that interview, but I had an idea in my phone, but what was happening in my phone was not playing out in reality, and it was just the most embarrassing moment for me because this was also recorded and gonna be aired on national television. And then that's when I realized, man, this is gonna be on television in just a couple of days. And then my brain started to process that with all the mess that I was processing from before. So I think I called him the wrong name. I don't even know what. Honestly, I really blocked that day out of my life. I don't know what I did, but the interview was just really horrible. I do remember me cussing. I think I said like fuck or something. I forgot what I said, but I said a swear word. And prior to even leaving Vancouver, when my dad dropped me off at the airport, he said, Myron, when you go to Vancouver and you do this thing and you're doing the reality show, at no point do I want to hear you cuss on national television. Mind you, I don't really have a potty mouth, but my dad told me nonetheless not to do it. Once I realized I did it, I then thought about, God dang, I just swore on television. Like, this is so embarrassing. After I choked, and as I said that episode, after I did not know you can choke on top of choking on top of choking to choke some more. I had no clue. Like, literally, I just had word vomit. I don't even know what I was saying to him. Even to this day, I don't even know what I'm saying to him. I found out that there's a link on YouTube that you can watch. I didn't even watch that because I'm not even trying to relive that day. That day is behind me now. I moved on. Needless to say, after I walked away in shame, you know when you sleep with somebody and you gotta do like the walk of shame home or you gotta do the drive of shame home? That was me after I finished talking with this guy. I walked away and I was so embarrassed that I even knew that I was going home. I was like, I literally came this far to be the first person to go home. What in the world is this? I was so pissed. Came back into the room and I told Kevy and Bo, I was like, bruh, that was the most embarrassing thing of my life. I've never interviewed anybody before. I had no clue what I was really going to be getting myself into. I'm going home. And they try to do this whole, you know, we're friends, and they try to do this, no, don't worry, you're not going home. And Kevin would try to be cute. I'm going home. Like, it's confirmed I'm going home. Bo was like, you're not going to go home, man. Trust me. Like, they're probably going to find somebody else. I'm going home. All they gotta do is just put my name in on the ticket and press enter and I'm going home. Whatever, the day continues and I was just not having it for the rest of the day. I was just completely off of it. I was just like, I wanna go home. Then it came to elimination time. So they lined us up and they were basically calling the names of the people who were safe and people who, you know, was gonna make it to the next episode and the next round. Now, I think there was like 3 of us. Oh, I'm jumping too far ahead. Let me go back a little bit. After all of that, after I spoke to Kevin and them, they made us do confessionals. The confessionals, now I sat there and I was just like, honestly guys, I just completely blew it today, and I know there's no way of saving me. Like, there's just no way. There's just no way. It's done. It's over. Then they said to me, they're like, oh, did you know that we're sending 2 people home today? And I was like, oh. So it's not just me. I was like, that's what I was concerned about. And that's where the meme came from. But like, I was so concerned about that it was going to be just me. But now I'm like, oh, someone's going home with me. So this is not that bad. Fast forward back to the elimination now. We're all standing beside each other. And basically we're just like, yeah, so 3 of you guys, 2 of you guys are going home. And I was like, well, my ass knows it's me. So just call me up out of here so I can step up out of the frame. And I can be on my way. All of a sudden, they said the dude's name, and then they said my name. And then she basically, I think she said something about how it wasn't memorable or something along that lines. But basically, there was no way these producers could have saved my ass, because even if they wanted to, there was absolutely no way, because I completely blew it. If they did keep me, everyone would have been like, this show is rigged. People who didn't believe in me would have been like, this show is rigged, and y'all kept him on here for no damn purpose, and take his ass on home. He needs to go home. They were like, Myron, you're the weakest link. So I was like, okay, thanks. It was fun. I'm gonna head on home. Thanks for having me. Stepped to the side, eliminated the other guy, or vice versa. I think the guy was eliminated first, and then it was me. It doesn't really matter. I was eliminated on the first round. Then they try to shade me afterwards. After I done spent the whole day feeling like a complete wreck, these people had the nerve to turn around and ask me if I wanted to stand up outside of the tour bus that I was supposed to be on and have a clip of them driving off with the bus and me standing up outside. I said, child, y'all ain't getting that footage up out of me. Nope. That ain't even going to be in a deleted scene, because I am partaking in that. That I won't have. I could not believe. I was just like, okay, like, if y'all didn't stab me enough with having to send me home, now y'all trying to like move that stuff all up in my heart, talking about watching the bus leave without me. No, that was not going to happen. So that scene was not filmed. It's not a deleted scene. You cannot find it. It's just a story time now. Whatever, they let us back on the bus. We drove back to the hotel. Basically, my flight was like the next day. I don't know how they got a ticket that fast, but however it was, I was literally flying out. So I was in Vancouver for all of like 48 hours before I came home. I went back to the airport, and I just spent a lot of my time literally just crying once I was away from everybody, because I was just like, this is so embarrassing. And I was just like, this is recorded embarrassing. Like, I can't even fake it and be like, lie or anything about it. It's literally, it's going to show up on television, and everybody who was supporting me is going to see this. So there's nothing I can say or do to make it seem like this wasn't really what it was, other than to say that it was fixed, which I wasn't going to do. But like, it's just like, it is what it is. So I was crying. It was a horrible experience. I flew back home. I was talking to my dad. I was telling him how embarrassed I was and how I let the city down and how I felt bad about everything. Like, I just feel like I had the opportunity of making my family name great, everything, all that stuff, and I screwed it over. So, whatever. Fast forward, I decided to go to this concert that was happening at one of these churches afterwards. So I showed up to the concert. One of the guys who applied for the VJ search, he was like, oh, like, your video was dope too, whatever. He was with a female who came over, and she was just also like, what are you doing here? And mind you, I never really spoke to her before, so I didn't really, like, I just thought all of this had to deal with the fact that my face was plastered all over Facebook, and that's how all these people in here really knew me. I didn't know that it was the contestant's sister, so I'm out here in the church lying about why I am in Toronto when everybody else is in Vancouver. She was like, oh, like, how come you're here? I'm like, oh yeah, you know, they allowed me to stay home with my family a little bit longer, so I'm just gonna fly out in a couple of days over the weekend, and then we'll start shooting. This girl was probably looking at me like, nigga is lying in the church. He is lying in the church. God should strike him right now. And I'm sitting there like, yeah, Yeah, that was definitely just a lie. She didn't even call me out on my shit. Thank God she didn't. After that event, I was like, okay, I guess I can't leave my house until this episode drops. When the episode aired in April, I was watching it with my dad, and the first episode was just like what was the VJ search about and all that stuff, whatever. And the second episode, that was my episode. And it was bittersweet because I had to tell people, hey, don't forget to tune into that at 6 o'clock and watch me get eliminated. So I'm like, this is so bittersweet. Like, everything about myself, confidence and all that stuff was thrown out the window from when I got up on the plane. Here I am trying to force it that I'm happy to tell everybody to watch tonight's episode. So everyone's watching the episode, Twitter's going off. I was apparently at the top tweeted VJ hopeful for the night or whatever at one point. And then I got eliminated. Once I got eliminated, all of a sudden my social media just blew up. It was like a nuclear bomb that just dropped up in every one of my social media network pages and stuff. I was just like, honestly guys, I'm so sorry that this happened. I wish there was something I could have done differently. I wish I could have done other things to kind of save myself. I wish it wasn't that bad. Then all of a sudden they're like, oh yeah, there's a vote back. And I was like, a vote back? I'm like, child, I got this vote back. Like, I know they wanted to see me go much further than what I did. I'm thinking that I might get this vote back. So I was sitting here waiting on that vote back, and I was like, I'm gonna get this today. Oh, by the way, when my dad saw the episode of me cussing, they even aired it, and they were like, beep. So I'm watching the show with my dad, and all of a sudden I hear I see my face, and I'm talking, and all I hear is beep. And my dad looked right at me. He was like, don't make that be you. And I was like, oh, Dad, I think it's just the editing. I don't think that was me. I don't think it was me. Damn well knowing I done swore on TV, and I'm trying to convince my dad that I did not. I was just like, this is just the worst. I'm like, let's just delete the footage of all of this now. Now that my episode done aired, let's just don't play it. They played it all weekend long. All weekend long. Every day they were playing it. I was just like, why? Why? After all of that, they said that there was going to be the vote back. I thought I was going to get the vote back. The vote back came, and they gave it to another contestant. So I didn't win that. And after I didn't win that, I was just like, honestly, this journey is over, y'all. I'm done. And that was hibernation for me. Oh yeah, so basically the season finale, they brought us all back. Well, some of us they brought back, obviously, because I lived in Toronto, so it was easy for me to get to the station. They had us reading some questions to the contestants that were still on the show. I don't know if it's because I had already choked and they were just trying to go along with this. I really have no clue. I went to go read my cue card that they done gave me to say the question or whatever, and homegirl, who was the host, made it look like I done choked and reread the question that I was supposed to read. So then again, my Twitter mentions just lit up like, here's Myron choking again. And I was just like, oh my God, why is this happening? I could not. I was just like, I could not. I just could not. I could not. I didn't even know what to say or to do. I literally just wanted to get up and move out of this country and plant myself somewhere where absolutely nobody knows me. So my birthday was coming up just a couple days after the season finale. I literally celebrated my birthday, and after I celebrated my birthday, not a single soul heard from me ever again. I literally went into this sunken place of depression, and I just was just like, there was nothing that I loved about myself anymore, because I felt like I just completely shattered the dream of one of my dreams, my family's dreams, and the city's dreams of me becoming a VJ. Like, it was just really horrible. I just wanted to be by myself. That this unfortunately affected a lot of things, like my personal relationships with my girlfriend at the time, and my relationships with my family at the time, my friends. I didn't want to talk to anybody. I didn't want to be around anybody. And I was faking it because I had to go to work and stuff like that. I still had to live. Like, I had no intentions. Like, I had all intentions of just quitting my job when I was about to do the VJ search, because I thought I was going to win. And because I was like, I'm never going to come back here, so but I got to keep it. Good thing I did, because I went right back to the Gap and I was folding clothes from 9 to 5 all summer long. I was pissed. Not too long ago, I think about a year and a bit, I finally got over the fact that I had to move on from the fact that I made a minor mistake that probably people don't even remember anymore. So I was beating myself up for how many years now over this same foolishness. And like, no shade to the network, but they don't even have any live shows now, really. So like, even if I was to get it, I probably would have been out of a job anyway, because most of the stuff that they play on there now is like just television shows and movies. So it's like, Myron, move on. Just move on. That was my experience of being on a reality show, and how that just completely shattered my entire self-esteem. I spent a lot of time, especially the last few years, just beating myself up over the same dang thing. I made it define me. I made that one mistake define me. And I'm saying all of this to tell you guys, yes, when you do something big in life and, you know, it doesn't go the way you intend it to go, do not let that mistake, you know, run your life. They happen, they suck, you move on, you learn, don't repeat it, just be great, continue to flourish. That's all I have to say. That's it for this video, honestly, guys. Comment, rate, like, subscribe to my channel. Follow me on Twitter at Main's World. That's the same thing for Instagram, and obviously my YouTube page. Just click the link somewhere around here. And my Facebook page, you can find me at Myron Main, and I usually kind of share out stuff and I try to be everywhere. So hit me up on any other one of those. Check me out, guys. I'll see you guys later. Have a good one, and I'll see you guys next time.